Well, hello everybody and welcome. This is Bug Eater 64 and we're getting ready to do a little test flight. Again, getting used to the new control, my Thrustmaster spring change. So this is just going to be a quick test flight, have a little fun. We're going to do startup, fly,
Request refueling.
do a landing,
rearming.
hopefully, safely.
Copy.
And then we're going to go ahead and do the shutdown. So let's see how it goes. This is a mission that I built myself in this DCS world. So there are bad guys, but we're not going to get to them. We're just, like I said, this is going to be a short flight and just get on our way. So here, as we get ready, we'll get the startup going. So, enjoy the flight. Okay, and as I said, we're using the Tobii head and eye tracking system. I've got the eye tracking actually turned off, but
Rearming complete.
this head tracking system really works well, and as a matter of fact, I have replaced my track IR with this system because I don't have to wear any headgear whatsoever, and it follows the software for the tracking and the hardware. Very easy to use, and there's again a number of videos on YouTube that you can check out. Just look for the Tobii eye or Tobii head tracking and check it out. It's really worth for me, the amount of flying I do and so on. It was worth the price because it is a bit expensive. Okay, so we're getting the bird ready to go here. Fuel's turned on, hydraulics, and we'll go ahead and throw on the force trim. But this is primarily just getting used to flying using the new spring setup in my Thrustmaster Warthog flight stick, which makes small changes so much easier. This is also a quick video on how not to start the HUEY UH-1. If you haven't already noticed, in the upper left-hand part of the screen that shows my controls, you may have seen why she's not starting. And so as we run this up, trying to get it to light off, we're running the battery down. So she is not going to start. So, and why is that? Well, dummy, first of all, you should probably be using a checklist. But beside that, you need to introduce fuel. So, now that we got this going, you can see the battery power. When we hit the starter button, we don't have enough to start it up. So, let's do this. We'll contact the crew chief.
Chief, turn on the ground power. Copy. Ground power is now on.
All right, so now we should be able to get this girl up and going. But that being said, we're going to end up with a hot start, which can damage the engine and is never a good idea. And so if you check the external view, let's see. Looks like we're going to get away with it. Alright. So we've got a good engine start. And quick look at the map. See all that red down there? That's the bad guy. Like I said, this is just a quick mission. We're on the Caucasus map. And it's a long flight that I really don't have the time to do today. But I did want to, again, test out the spring mod and also just get used to the handling of the HUEY. So everything's up. Let's go ahead and have the power turned off, external power.
Chief, turn off the ground power. Copy.
Okay, master caution lights are off, showing that the ground power has been disconnected. Let's go ahead and get our generators set. So at this point, we should be ready to go. I'll go ahead and leave the controls up there for a little bit so you can see what I've got set. Add some power, and we'll get ready to take off. Okay. Master caution extinguished. And we'll start adding collective. And lift. Very little light changes to the flight stick, and it works very well. Much easier to handle the helicopter. Hover taxiing, we'll pick up a little bit of speed, and we get transitional lift. We're going to head straight out not going to go to the runway. We're just going to go here. I use an old pair of Thrustmaster rudder pedals, or in the helicopter world we call them anti-torque pedals, and they're still a little touchy. Now the stick now works extremely well. I am so happy with it, and you can see that as I go, I just make very small corrections, and because I got rid of all that excessive spring tension, it works much smoother. So I'm very happy with that. Still need to work on the anti-torque pedal. Just see if I get it to react a little smoother. It gets now in DCS it works much better than it does in the other two sims, X-Plane 12 and especially in Microsoft Flight Sim. Using the anti-torque pedal that I have there, it is very jerky, and sensitivity it's not good. It makes it very hard to control smoothly a helicopter. Could have a lot to do with the age of my equipment, or it may still have something to do with the flight model in that particular sim. But here in DCS, the flight model, everything works extremely well. I'm very happy with it. So, as you can see, we're under 100 feet. We're going to go down even lower, because anybody that's watched some of my other videos in the HUEY know how much I enjoy flying low with this aircraft. She's fun. We are going to gain some altitude because trees and I don't seem to get along real well in this sim, so I'm going to fly close to the top of them and try not to run into them, which I have a bad habit of doing. some of these trees, they get pretty tall. This is with the latest DCS update, and I did load it with multi-threading activated, and everything appears to be working really, really well. So, head out over this big lake. And we're going to lose some altitude, get closer to the water. Mainly because I like to watch the water speed by. Right, coming up, there's going to be a road. I think we're probably going to we'll make a right turn and land right next to this road up here. So we still have pretty good ways to even get close to the bad guys. So, like I said, this is just a fun test flight to, again, get used to the controls. So let's go over here and are down and touchdown. we'll go through and shut her down. So there you have it. We'll go ahead and go through shutdown here and get her back to as I say, cold and dark condition. But you know, making that mods my control has made it much easier to fly, more precise on handling. But as a warning to anyone that thinks about doing this, remember that making these kinds of mods, where you change springs out and so on, may and most likely will violate your warranty on your equipment. So keep that in mind before you do any of this. My equipment is so old that it's out of warranty anyway. But and it's a simple switch. But it works well for me. I hope you enjoy this. And until next time, this is Bug Eater 64. And I look forward to having you along for the next flight. Hope you enjoyed it. See you then. And as always, remember, safe flying.